AC and electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, and joined on the ones and twos with Harrison, as always, the Dr. Dre of The Ticket, and always appreciative of him being here. Got a beautiful Sunday and just got done with Fitness Fanatics. You can always hear them from 9 to 11 on Sundays, and then kicking off the day with Next 24, and then followed by Jay Foreman. So had a good Sunday so far, I guess, or recovery Sunday, I should say, Harrison. So I'm not going to belabor the point too much, but how are you doing? I know it was a Bears and Husker long week for you.
Yeah, I was telling this to Jeff and Nicole off air, but this year of sports has just been brutal. It's making me have like a midlife crisis. I shaved my beard. Like I'm just doing things I would never do. And, yeah, it's got me out of sorts. I'll be honest. This has been a wild year for me. I can't take too many more heartbreaks. So let's hope at 3:00 that I can eat my steak and watch the Bears game and not just feel okay at the end of it. That's all I want. I don't need a blowout. I just want to win. And if we do lose, just don't let it be by heartbreaking fashion at the very least.
I was going to say it was brutal, but it's one of those things you just can't turn away from.
Yeah.
Every time, like, they gave different angles over and over again. And it was just like everything you tell, like, players at every level, just play through the whistle, play till the end of the game, and, not guaranteeing good things will happen to you, but at least nothing like that can happen to you. And it was just like the perfect storm for him. So in all honesty, I do appreciate him making the apology. I mean, that was,
he came out that
was stand up right away and just was like, hey, that's on me. So that being said, good luck to you. I got a noon with the Falcons, and so with the Cowboys. So I'm still hopeful. The picture will get posted, but I am getting blamed in my house for the Cowboys record this year for changing my baby picture from last year. So I am personally supposedly responsible for their struggles this season.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're locked in tradition and you want to shake things up, you never know what's going to happen. So I think you might have made a mistake there.
Well, it was 20 years or something. I mean, biting
you also
the nerve
haven't won
ball.
a Super Bowl with that picture before. So
yeah. I mean, it's like, what can I say?
It's time for change.
Yeah, I will look at it that way. But a lot of great things going on. I mean, it was Halloween week, and so I don't know about you. You talked about it earlier. We had pretty consistent traffic. I mean, for the weather and the night. I mean, our last trick or treater was 9:00. And
that's the last hour, right? Like, isn't it 9:00? I got to wrap up.
Well, I didn't know there were rules.
I don't know either.
When did they start instituting that? I mean, I didn't know it was like an NIL deal or what, but I mean, it was like 8:45. We had one, and I guarantee they were kindergarten. They were there. They had the little, the thing I can't stand. I don't think if you have children, don't ever do this. They had them on the leash. They had the little animal on the leash, and they came up and they were like trick or treat. It was 8:45, and I was like, dude, I like looked at him. I wanted to hand him like 2 pieces of candy and like, do you need help? Do you need to be released? Let me give you a pair of scissors so you can cut yourself free.
Yeah. So you've been a father, so you can say that.
Yeah.
I've never had kids, so I'm always like, I don't know if I want to give my opinion, but it always seems wild to me to see the leashes out there, because I'll go through the mall and I'll see them like leashed up, and I'm like, all right, maybe I just don't understand, but I'm with you there.
The airport and everything else, I'm like, if they're gonna run. The first time they get lost, you don't go get them. Then I think that's your lesson learned right there. So, but great job. Hope everybody had a great, time. Boo at the Zoo, all those things were going on, but saw a lot of cool costumes, and like I said, it was a pretty steady flow. It's probably the most we've had for a number of years where we live at. So that was cool. It is state volleyball weekend here in town, and so a lot of area schools are making appearances. You've got Lincoln Southwest, you've got Lincoln North Star making a return, so congratulations to them. Also know a couple individuals on that team. I want to say congratulations, Lexi Party. She's making a return. Then you got Lutheran. I know Norris. I'm going to miss somebody. Pius, I know, is making a visit, and I want to say maybe Raymond Central did the football component. So congratulations. The town's going to be a buzz starting here on Wednesday. You got state football that has kind of already done their first round.
I got to shout out my Cedar Catholic Trojans making it to the semifinals. So hopefully, if I'm lucky, I'll get to be able to watch them here in Lincoln.
That's what we're talking about. So they've got that, and the first round's done. No Lincoln schools made it past, and so there's that conversation and always that talk that goes with that. But one of the things I would like to say is just everybody puts in effort and puts in time, and so to have the opportunity to go to state, whatever that might look like, again, should be congratulated. And so great job. I know there's some seniors that, there's only really a couple teams that end the year the way they want to, and that's with a state championship. And so congratulations to them. Cross country all wrapped up. You've got the heat of things with collegiate starting up. You've got volleyball, great win this week against Wisconsin with a sweep.
First win in Wisconsin. That's
2018,
2013.
2013. That just blew my mind. Like, we went out to eat and came back, and I think my wife said okay to go eat because she thought it was going to be 5 sets, and we come back and she gets to watch the last 3 points, and so that was just absolutely amazing. So hopefully they stay on a roll as well. And then you've got basketball starting up, which is
we got
kind of just hard to believe. But
women and men's tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think the women's is 12,
and
then the men's are later in the day at 7:00. But that should be exciting. And speaking of like kind of the local heroes, you'll get to watch Britt Prince.
Yeah,
that'll be her debut for this team. So I mean, it's kind of, I always talk about it's that sweet spot of the year for me.
Yeah,
like, NBA is kind of in swing now. We're gonna see college ball. I know Austin Orman. He's on the block. He's a huge fan of that. A lot of that because he watches Duke.
Well, I mean, he's a trained shooting coach. I'll be interested. There was a story. I'm interested because Cooper Flagg.
Yeah,
and seeing how he performs, and then just what he looked really good in preseason. So it'll be great to see that. And then you'll have high school basketball starting. You've seen, like I said, some of the college JUCOs have already started playing games, and then you go into the volleyball tournaments for just all levels, as well as we talked about earlier, high school. But then you start seeing the JUCO. We got area teams, as I always reference, Kearney making a tremendous run. They've lost 1 game this year. I think last rated were 6th in the country. And then you got Wayne State and just Wesleyan has had a tremendous year. So again, as we move forward, there's a lot going on athletically, but also just with the other extracurriculars. You got theaters and one acts and the band competitions, as we talked about the last couple of weeks. Those kind of came to a close with the weather shifting over. So you'll start to see a lot of the indoor speech debate. So good luck to all those individuals kind of making that transition as we head into kind of those winter months, the indoor season, so to speak. But with that being said, I'm just kind of interested with you, and then we'll bring our guest in. What was the most probably memorable Halloween we talked about this costume that you ever had. I posted mine, and mine actually was a self-made one from my mom, and it was I was Lando Calrissian. It was a homemade. I was Billy D. Williams, Lando Calrissian, and I think I want to say it was 6th grade at Gale Elementary. And I will tell you, I did not get first place. The Wolverine did. And it wasn't a Wolverine, werewolf. It wasn't Wolverine at the time. A werewolf did. And so I want a recount of those votes. But that one, I had the cape, I had the collar, the white shirt. I couldn't bring the blaster into school. I think a stormtrooper got to bring one in. But that was my go-to costume. What was yours?
I was one of those. I did not put enough effort into it. Like when I was growing up, I usually just wore the mask. But I will say the most memorable one was because it was one that you had to do. You didn't have an option. It was like because I got 3 older brothers, we all wore it. It was just like a cute dog costume. That's what you had to wear. And it was like the full suit.
Did you have the ears too?
They had the ears. The only thing that was shown was just like the face part right here. And I just remember being a kid and I wanted to wrap up Halloween early because, oh my Lord, it was so hot in that thing. And it always sticks out because you have 3 older brothers, you just get teased about it all along. And at the moment, you're pretty upset and salty. And then the older you get, you realize, I look at the pictures and I'm like, okay, that was pretty funny. Like I looked ridiculous in that thing. But that one always sticks out. And yeah, I had a lot of good Halloween memories because we were out in the farm. So we would just drive to like all the local farms nearby and we'd hop in the truck. And it was always cool because, you know, you go out there and it was just kind of cool, I think, for the farmers to have like trick-or-treaters, like all the farmers in our area. So kind of memories like that, you know, just small town roots. And I think about like all those small town farmers that we'd hit up and they'd always, every year they knew the Oranges were going to swing by in the truck.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, those were always like I said, the costumes, I was never like super great at like getting great costumes, but I do remember that part of like just hopping on the gravel roads and hitting all these small farms. And we all pretty knew each other well when you're in that environment. So that's always a memory that sticks out for me for sure.
Good stuff. Well, hey, on that, we're going to bring in our guest. We've got 2 scholars. One is a repeat. He's been in this space before, but we've got, I'll say a newbie, so to speak, but we've got Xavier and we've got Stephanie. And both of them are going to tell us a little bit about themselves. But before we get into it too much, Stephanie, I want to know, what is your go-to costume when you were younger? What was the one that you were like, okay, if I could do that again, that was it?
Oh my gosh. I couldn't tell you because I love fashion. So I absolutely dress up every year. I think my favorite one had to be like, it was this one like vampire skirt. It was like, it had a huge like hoop skirt and I literally felt like a princess in that. Like, I definitely think if I could recreate it again today, it would definitely be that one from when I was a kid.
I'm getting some Heidi Klum vibes from her right there. What she said, like, I do this every year. So you're starting planning right now for next year, then, from my understanding.
Kind of. I'm in a trio. So this past Halloween we did Alvin and the Chipmunks, and so I was Simon, and 2 of my other friends were Alvin and Theodore. So that was such a fun costume. But we kind of did it like last minute. I'm definitely a planner, but my friends they're more go with the flow. So we'll see how it goes next year.
That's a blast from the past. The Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one. All right, Xavier, what about you?
I'd say for me, it was always one of 3 things when I was little. Either like a Batman or an Iron Man, or like a ninja costume from Walmart.
Okay.
I'd say either of those 3 were always like a top pick. I think I was like a ninja twice. I was probably like a Batman even twice, and then I was Iron Man at least once. So
if I had to vote, I'm gonna go with the Alvin and the Chipmunks on that end. That's the one that got me right there. So Stephanie Johnson. Stephanie, tell us a little bit about yourself. And I'm appreciative of you and both Xavier both being in the space, but tell us a little bit about who you are. Have you always lived in Lincoln? And just kind of who's in your family?
Yeah, so my name is Stephanie Johnson. Like he said, I'm a senior this year at Lincoln Southwest. So last year, kind of my motto is go big or go home. So doing a lot of advertising for this event. And I'm in a small family. I'm an only child. So it's just my mom, my dad, and I. And then we have 2 little miniature schnauzers at home, Lily and Patches. Definitely little troublemakers, I would say. So, but yeah, I mean, otherwise, not much goes on in my family.
Tell us your mom and dad's name. Give them some love. I know they might be listening to you. So this will be the time you can talk. reference them by their first name.
Yes. So my dad is currently in Brazil. So his name's Sean Johnson. So
Okay. We got a Brazil listener, Harrison. We got Ghana, we got Dubai, we got a Brazil listener.
Yes.
So Sean,
Worldwide here pretty
yeah,
soon.
I was gonna say, Sean,
Yeah.
how you doing in Brazil? Thank you. Go ahead and text us in. You'll be our first Brazil text.
Yeah. He might be on the flight, so he might not be able to listen, but
Okay.
I'll tell him the second that he lands to come watch. So
Fantastic.
but my mom is Larisa Andreeva, so she's from Russia and everything. So she moved here after she married my dad and everything. So she's been here for 20 years, and I absolutely love her. She's amazing. She's an amazing cook as well. I love her food.
Awesome. Tell us the best thing. What's the, if we were coming over, what did Harris and I have to get down with?
It's my personal favorite is rasolnik. It's a type of soup. It has just a whole bunch of different vegetables and everything. It's an amazing soup. Another good one is borscht, which is like the beetroot soup. So it's the red soup when you look online and everything. So it's really good.
Okay. Harrison's like, man, you always bring people in here. They're talking about food. So
I don't. I don't eat till about 3:00 on these ships, so we'll tough it out though.
All right, Xavier, tell us a little bit. Reintroduce yourself to the 93.7 The Ticket audience.
My name is Xavier Sorto. I've lived in Lincoln all my life, and I'm also a student at Lincoln Southwest. I'd say that my dad is from Honduras, Senan Sorto, and my mom grew up in Seward, Lori Sorto, and it's an interesting story of how they met. But anyways,
Are you able to give it?
sure.
Okay.
sure.
Okay. We want you to be able to go home, so you put it out there. So if you can't, that's
Mhm,
fine. But if
mhm.
you're able to, we'd kind of like to hear.
It was a Chinese food restaurant. They both worked there at the same time.
Okay.
And then that's how they kind of met.
Okay.
And ironically, it was my mom doing all the asking out and such.
Wow. Okay. Good. So the food's bringing people together. So
I
that's
guess
what
so.
93.7 The Ticket Bigger Than the Score is. It's about food bringing people together. And so, where did you go to elementary and middle school? Give them a shout out.
I went to Cavett Elementary, go Cardinals, and
Okay.
then I also went to Scott Middle School. So I guess Stars too. I guess
Okay.
they're actually in sports, unlike Cavett, really.
Fantastic. Stephanie, what about you? Where did you go to elementary and then middle school?
Yeah, so I originally went to Sheridan Sharks, much better than, and then I transferred to Cavett Cardinals because we moved.
Okay.
So I'm always a Sheridan Shark at heart. That's better than the Cardinals. And then I did go to Scott, so Scott Stars, and then now I'm at Southwest. So
Fantastic. So I'm interested if, people, you talked about fashion and different things. What is something that people would know about you just by interacting with you for a couple minutes?
I think that probably I love to keep up with my appearance and everything. So I definitely makeup and then just making sure my outfit's always nice and everything. I always like to dress up no matter the occasion and everything. I don't have this is my casual for me.
Okay.
It's always dressed up and everything. It's not sweats and something like that. So
So we're gonna have to have you at 93.7 The Ticket on do a fashion day for us, okay? And
Yeah, I
then
could
you can
use the
rank, between Harrison, DP, myself, Rico. We'll leave Rico out. AD. We might have to just have you come in and do and just line us up and just be like, okay, 1 to 10, and see how that goes. Because we struggle a little bit. It's a lot of hats, pullovers, sweatshirts, things like that. So we may just make it one day. We just come in booted and suited, and then see how we do.
yeah, I mean, everyone has their own style too.
You're just being nice. She's like, look at how polite she's being. She's like, everybody has their own style, but y'all need to work on some things. Okay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's definitely nice to have some pointers because I will say that in FBLA, we have state conferences and they have dress codes and everything, and other places have dress codes too. And I see a lot of people just don't follow them as much and everything.
Okay.
So it's definitely understanding at least a little bit about the fashion world, and knowing which to use in certain situations. That's definitely great in fashion. So
what's one piece of advice that you'd have for Harrison and myself if we were, just to go out in public? Just one thing that we could do that's simple, that we could to up our appearance.
honestly, I always say dress whatever makes you feel comfortable, but also something that's like can make you stand out from the crowd, because I feel like a lot of times in society nowadays, like we're all focusing on being the same and everything like that. So standing out can definitely, like, no matter how eccentric your outfit is, like if you're standing out, it's definitely like it's good. It's already sets you apart. So
I like that. I like that. By the end of the show, I want you to think about what's one thing that Harrison could do that would make him stand out, and what's one thing I could do that would make me stand out. A piece of apparel. Well, I can't do much with my hair, so let's just not go that route. Xavier, tell us a little bit. I've known you for a bit. You are also somewhat into fashion. I know that's not why you're here, but tell us a little bit about how is it Soulfire Kicks is going, and the shoes thing and the game, and you've evaluated mine a couple times over since you've been on. So tell us about how that's going and what we can do to accessorize. What's coming out soon?
I'll be honest, nothing really. Since I think the last a lot of big releases that I was really involved in was around June, May-ish.
Wow.
And
okay.
so I know then I had probably 3 or 4 pairs come in, and before that I probably had 20 come in.
Okay.
And then now, since the start of summer to now, there's just been nothing. Nike has just been really just releasing mostly bricks, and at the same time too.
Now explain to individuals bricks when you're saying that, it's garbage, or what kind of, for those that may be in our listening audience on Sunday that need to be elevated with their language.
So the sneaker term brick stands for just a shoe that isn't worth resale value.
Okay.
And sometimes too, it just may not be good looking, but not every brick isn't good looking, but oftentimes they're referred to as ugly shoes as well.
Okay.
But anyways, since the summer to now, Nike's released nothing at all. And for the holiday season, because normally the Q4 releases ramp up because obviously Nike's trying to crank out sales. But I don't even know if there's anything expected to release much for that. And then at the same time, the sneaker market isn't doing well at all. A lot of base shoes that people would see doing well aren't doing great at all. Everything's just at lower market value right now.
Okay, so you're saying we can get stuff cheap right now?
I am saying that. Yes.
All right. You heard it first right there. Well, hey, we'll be back after this break on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
Tanner's Bar and Grill is the best place in Lincoln for a casual get-together, best place to watch a game, and the best for pre- and post-game. Catch college and NFL football as well as the volleyball action this season at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. What's better than wings, cold beer, and a Husker win? Enjoy great food and drink specials every day and tons of TVs to catch all the action. Tanner's Bar and Grill, 30th and Yankee Hill.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Krekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Boyk Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Boyk Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoykFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 12th is $2 off all crackers, $2 off on grind, $3 off on salami, and buy one, get one free on stew beef. Limit of 2. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Are you looking for affordable drinks and a great atmosphere this football season? Highball Bar has you covered. Whether it's pregame tailgating, postgame festivities, or in-game celebrations, Highball Bar is the place to be. With $4 beers, $4 mixed drinks, and more during their 4 to 8 p.m. daily happy hour, Highball Bar will quickly become your go-to place to sit back, unwind, and be your team's #1 fan. Highball Bar, located in downtown Lincoln, just 3 blocks from Memorial Stadium at 122 North 11th Street.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Gentlemen, it's time to elevate your style with something from our men's jewelry and watch collection. Why not treat yourself to the ultimate in luxury? We've got an incredible selection of pre-owned Rolex watches, even those hard-to-find models you've been dreaming of. Whether you're stepping up your game day look or adding a touch of class to everyday wear, our top-tier collection is sure to impress. Stop by Sartor Heyman and discover the perfect piece to reflect your unique style. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps. Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, and always is joined on the ones and twos with Harrison. Appreciate that, and know we did the switch over to NFL football. So, Harrison, you want to tell us if you're still on the streams, you can catch us through the rest of the day, because I know they've got the Cowboys and Falcons on.
Yeah, absolutely. So like Pete said, we got the Falcons, Cowboys on the brick and mortar, but you can still use that Ticket app. Probably one of the best ways to listen on the road. You can just hook that up to your aux. Otherwise, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. And then, of course, any of the podcast platforms after the fact, as well as Amazon Video, if you got that as well.
And that way, like I said, Stephanie, your dad from Brazil, can go ahead and catch us on any of those. So we'll be looking for that one analog, that rhythm that comes in from Brazil. We'll know exactly who it is.
I will say I did look at the analytics.
Yeah.
And what's the country that her family
Ghana.
was listening from?
Ghana.
Ghana was on there. And it was so just interesting for me to see that on YouTube. Like,
See, we're not just
Ghana.
local. We're worldwide.
Yeah.
We're worldwide.
So
That's
it'll
what
show
Bigger
up.
Than
I'll
the
know. Otherwise, I won't see the notification that we had someone from Brazil watching.
So if your dad sits there and says, "Hey, I watched you," and it didn't show up, then we can be like, hang on, what's going on? Well, hey, we're here with Stephanie Johnson and Xavier Sordo, and both of them are members. They're both at Southwest High School, but also scholars extraordinaire in the community. They've given us some fashion advice. We learned about bricks. And so right now there's not shoes coming out, but there should be. And if you need to, you can go to Soulfire Kicks to make sure you get those. But that being said, we're interested to know a little bit more about you. And so we asked you what people would notice by just seeing you. What is something that people would need to spend some time with you to really, know who you are and know what you're about? And Stephanie, I want to start with you.
Yeah, I definitely take friendships really close to heart. Like, they're absolutely like my lifeline. Like, they keep me going through life and everything. And so if you get really close to me, you'll see that like gift giving is probably like my favorite love language. Like, I absolutely love getting gifts, like the excitement of going shopping for them and all of that stuff. And then like neatly placing it, making it all look pretty. And then just like the it's so hard to not tell them like, what I got them, because I'm so excited about it. And so it's definitely, that's probably like the thing that you'd have to get really close to me to know. So
Okay, awesome. Xavier, what about you?
I'd say just being a decent student. I'd say if you looked at me from like an outside perspective, I don't think I just come off as like a kid who doesn't like school. But if you actually get to know me, you start to see that I actually try like really hard in school, and that's sometimes just hard to pick up on, obviously.
Like that. You both talked a little bit about just kind of relationships with your family and other people. Talk a little bit, just why do relationships matter to you? And Xavier, I want to start with you on this one. Why are they important? Why do they matter?
I'd say they're important because they grow you as a person, and then on top of that, they're like a form of support for yourself. So whenever you're down or something, you can always go back on your relationships to kind of get that support that you need. And then also going back to the growth thing, you learn and you rebuild yourself from each relationship that you're in with like other people, whether that's friendships, love relationships, or just even your family. You're always going to like keep rebuilding and like readjusting from those relationships.
Powerful. Stephanie, anything you want to add?
Yeah, definitely a lot like what Xavier said, talking about like the growth, but I definitely think it's like it does make you who you are. Like, you learn so much because everyone is so different. Like, that's why our world is so diverse and everything. And so definitely like, getting to know someone, like you understand that like everyone has different situations. So you become more open-minded, more empathetic, I feel, and I definitely think that's, like, important in growth for a human and, like, emotionally, mentally, and stuff like that.
Fantastic. So you both you seem outward, and very, I won't say extroverted because I'm a closet introvert, and so sometimes when you tell people like, oh, you're very outgoing, and they're like, oh, they're very, well spoken, they do so much, but sometimes you can be introverted. Tell us some of the things that you're involved in, and then I want to get into more depth about some of those things that you're involved in. So Stephanie, I want to start with you.
Yeah, so some of the activities that I'm involved in, I'm heavily involved in FBLA,
Okay.
Future Business Leaders of America. I'm the chief executive officer. This is my second year as the CEO, and so that's definitely really nice. I also participate in tennis. I'm not the greatest, but I'm trying to get better.
Okay.
And then modeling, that's it. So I do Omaha Fashion Week modeling. It's free. They have a casting call here in December, so I'm excited to go to that. But otherwise, those are mainly the activities that I deal with, like, school-wise. I guess I don't really do too much just because I spend all of my time in FBLA. That's just, like, my love. It's my home. It's one of the reasons why I keep going to school
So
because
why did you join it? And I know Xavier's in it as well, but I'm just interested. What spoke to you about, okay, just Future Business Leaders of America, this is something I want to do. I want to put my time, effort, and energies into it.
Yeah, I wanted to go into architecture as a major, and so I was like, "Okay, well, I don't really wanna be kinda like an employee." Like, I wanted to be an entrepreneur and everything, so I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do an architectural business," but I have no clue where to start with business stuff. So when it came to my freshman year, we have, like, a day, it's just designated for, freshmen. It's called, like, Freshman Day, and there they have you go, like, into the gymnasium with all, like, the clubs there. They have all the booths, and so I walked up to the FBLA one because it's, like, saw business, and so it's like, "Okay, might as well." Like, I went to the first meeting, and I think after that, like, I just absolutely loved it because it was just, like, the community service and, just learning about the business world. I kind of thought, like, "Okay, this might be able to help me," and eventually, like, here I am 4 years later, and now I decided I wanted to go into international business. So yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. And Xavier, I know you're a part of FBLA as well. Talk about some of the other things that you're involved in. And I specifically want to get to why FBLA.
Do you want me to rattle off the list? 'Cause
Go
there's
ahead. Go
been a
ahead.
list.
We'll give us the abbreviated. I know you got 50,000 things. Stephanie's probably like, he's going to have to narrow that down by the time he gets to be a senior.
So we'll start off. I just like to golf, like not for the school, not yet at
Okay.
least, but I like to golf. I'm a member in Spanish National Honor Society, member of FCA. I'm on leadership team for DECA, and then obviously I'm involved with the LPS Equity Cadre too.
Okay, fantastic. And so with FBLA, well, let's go with like the involvements in general. Like, how do you choose where you put your time?
I think a lot of it is based on like my core values and interests. Like I have a lot of a business interest, which kind of explains like DECA and FBLA. I like the whole equity bit, and I think that that's like a really good advancement for humanity. And so that's why I'm kind of involved with the cadre. And then also for like Spanish National Honor Society, I want to try and delve into like my culture a little more. And so that's just kind of like a decent place to kind of start. And also just learn Spanish because my dad never taught me.
Okay. So when you're talking about FBLA, tell us a little bit about just what goes on for those that may not be familiar with FBLA. And I know Stephanie shared a little bit, but just what is FBLA to you? And then there's a component that you all are greatly involved in that we want to put out there that's going to basically raise the level for others.
Like think about like the weekly schedule of FBLA. Typically it goes like Tuesday, we have a study session from like 7 p.m. to 8:30. And so we all come in after school, or like a good majority of us, and we study the basic like subjects of business that there are that we could compete in for state or also other collegiate events. And then Wednesday, we either have like a chapter meeting or a leadership meeting, where for the chapter meeting, we might giving announcements or like organizing some other event that we're going to be doing. Or if it's like a leadership meeting, then we might be like organizing the next chapter meeting, what announcements need to be made, what other events are coming up that we need to prepare for, stuff kind of like that.
Okay. So each of you get to choose different kind of areas. I don't want to say subcommittees. Is there like communication? Is there marketing? Is it broken up that way at all?
Yeah, so at the end of the year, so for example, this past May, there's like leadership applications, and you don't apply for like a specific position. You apply for just to be on the leadership team, and then once they decide like who's going to be on the team, then we have a meeting. We call it SALT. It's the summer assembly of the leadership team and everything, and that's where we spend the whole day talking about like who's going to get which positions. Like we have different like ribbons when it comes to states. We have like our name tag, and then we have like a whole bunch of ribbons that we complete and everything. And so that's kind of like our like committee. So for example, I'm the Feed Nebraska committee, which deals with the food blitz and stuff like that. So this is like my ribbon essentially. And so I think Xavier's working on the connect with a business. So like connecting with like businesses to get like donations for the Nebraska FBLA Foundation Trust and everything like that, to get business tours, just connections and stuff like that. So it's definitely like, it's a lot, but when we have a team of 5, so it's me, Xavier, and then 3 others, it's definitely like we split it up and it makes it a lot easier.
So you talked about the project that you're spearheading. I'm interested a little bit more about that and how both of you are leading that, but part of why you're here today. Tell us a little bit more about that food blitz and how it's supporting the People City mission. And again, there's a number of components. We have food insecurity in Nebraska, and not just in Lincoln, but in Nebraska and across this country. And, oftentimes you can see from statistics and doing things from People City Mission, but Food Bank, 1 in 5 or 1 in 7 individuals in this kind of service area experience food insecurity. And that's youth to adults. And so why did you choose this? And how are you all working to make an impact, not just with the Southwest FBLA, but my understanding is it's all the FBLAs kind of in the community.
Yeah. So Nebraska's like goal for like Feed Nebraska ribbon is obviously to help like local communities, whether it's like Lincoln and Omaha or some of like the smaller towns in the Western Panhandle. How I got interested into leading this ribbon is definitely after my freshman year. I kind of helped a lot in the truck, like putting food and sorting it all down because we have a big U-Haul truck there. And then just kind of, just being there, the atmosphere there with all the other members, that was definitely what got me. But the Food Blitz is a citywide food and hygiene drive. So we take not just food, but also like shampoo, conditioners, that stuff. We work with other like CTSOs, so like other FBLAs, DECA, FCCLA clubs across Lincoln. So we work with like LPS schools essentially. This is our 12th year doing it. So we started it in, our advisor, Josh Heinrich, started it in 2012. So it's been a while. And so, so we donate all of the pounds that we get for the drive to People City Mission, which is a nonprofit organization that obviously helps with a lot of those people that are dealing with the food insecurity issues and just need support essentially. So
awesome. Well, we're going to go to a break, and then when we come back, I want to get some details how people can either donate, find FBLA chapters. I know you all will be at locations that will be receiving donations or I don't say gifts per se, but components that will help with the food blitz. So we'll be back on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket. All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Riddles Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddles Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddles Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddles Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddles Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddles inside Gateway Mall. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant. 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, One love.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson, and this is our last segment, joined on the ones and twos with Harrison. If you're joining us again, if you want to ever catch past episodes, you can go to 93.7 The Ticket FM, and you can go ahead and on the website, and they'll go ahead and drop down menu, and it'll take you right to it when you go to weekends. If you've ever missed an episode, we've had phenomenal guests like this, but I know last week we had Sienna Betts, and she probably had a heck of a week to commit to UCLA. And so I was going to announce that at the beginning. So congrats. I didn't get a text from her, but I did get one from Adam, though she had a nice week. So go ahead and catch some of the past episodes. But we are joined here with Stephanie Johnson and Xavier. And both of them are Southwest scholars, but also involved with FBLA. And they've given us a little bit of an overview, but they are engaged with a project here that will, I don't want to say kick off, but that is going to, it's got 10 plus years of something that's been going on, a food blitz to support the People's City mission. And they are leading these efforts. And so you told us a little bit about it. Tell us, how can people support what you all are doing, and where does that occur? And so Stephanie, tell us, how can people support? And then Xavier, I want you to tell us, where can people come out and support, especially the Southwest chapter, but also any of the chapters?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said earlier, like this is a citywide food drive. So we have 7 locations across Lincoln at Super Saver and Russ's Market stores.
Okay.
And for us, we'll be at the 27th and Pine Lake location. We'll have a big U-Haul truck with, like a big green banner on the side of it saying like Southwest, like FBLA, stuff like that. So definitely come help us out. We definitely appreciate the support.
Awesome.
But yeah.
Awesome. Xavier, talk a little bit, how can people support if they want to do cash donations or they're not able to make it out that day? Where can they take food, or do they take it directly to the People's City mission? Give us a little bit of additional insight.
So we're scattered across the various schools that are hosting this with us. We're scattered across various Super Savers and Russ's Markets across Lincoln. And so what you can do if you can't make a food donation is you can go to one of the places that they're at. I'll list them here in a second, but you can go to one of the places that they're at and just kind of hand them cash, and then they can take that money and go buy the specific food items or hygiene items that they need.
Okay.
The various ones that we're at is for Super Savers. We're going to be at 27th and Pine Lake, Fallbrook, 56th and Nebraska Parkway. And then for Russ's Markets, we're going to be at Coddington and A, 33rd and Nebraska Parkway, Havelock, and 66th and O.
Okay. And can you show a little bit of love for some of the other schools, FBLA chapters that are participating?
Yeah, I know Lincoln North Star does some, I don't know which location they're at, but Lincoln North Star, Lincoln East. I know we have LSW, DECA, and FCCLA working at one location. I think we have Standing Bear this year. So they're not, I don't want to say a new chapter, but a fairly new. So this is definitely
2 years the school's been in existence, so it is a relatively new chapter.
So
for them.
this will definitely give them some good experience and some good work and volunteer hours for them as well. But I think that's all that I can name off of the top of our head. But yeah, definitely like we do take like food from like people's house as kind of like a last resort. If you don't want to go in and spend, just make sure that it's not expired at all, because we cannot take them just because they're not really useful. People's City Mission more than likely will throw it away, and it's not really what we want to do. We don't want to waste food.
Well, I think people have good intentions, but that's always something to point out. Sometimes people think like new to you, you know, but make sure, like I said, it does have, a period of expiration date.
Yeah.
It is solid. It's not just something you're trying to, ship off to somebody else. We want other individuals to have dignity, but also have those things that we all sometimes get to experience in comfort. So we always end with a love huddle. And before we end, I want to get just 30 seconds from you. You're going to get to get the community hyped up about engaging and participating in this food blitz. And so I want each of you to give us just that 30-second. Now, give that love. You're getting the community ready to go. It's pregame, and they're going to come out in full force. So Stephanie, I'm going to start with you.
Goodness, I don't even know what to say, but I would definitely say, like, participating in this community, in this event, like whether it's a big donation or a small donation, like you're definitely making an impact, like no matter, what you do, like definitely coming out and supporting us, whether it's Southwest, East, North Star, Standing Bear, any of those schools, like it definitely helps the community. Because last year we got like almost 10,000 pounds of food, like alone in just 4 hours. So definitely come out, support, and come help us reach a bigger goal.
Xavier, what about you? And Stephanie, I'm coming back because we need to know those items that are going to
Yes.
up our game, Harrison and I. So
Yes.
don't forget.
I'd say please go support any school. This is a competitive event for the schools. Typically, Southwest has reigned supreme, although I think North Star beat us last year, right?
They've beaten us 2 years. I can't remember which two, but yeah, it is a competition.
So please come out and support. It's competitive. We all try to see who can raise the most. I mean, sure, you may not be able to support Southwest, but please support somebody. Right. And no matter what, it all goes to a good cause. So please come out.
Hey, if you get that chance, support next Saturday, the Food Blitz, any of the schools at the Super Saver and Russ's location. All right, Stephanie, as we close, what is an item? Okay, as you said, you sat here for about an hour with Harrison and myself. You talked about that fashion sense that you have that would elevate our game as we hit the streets here on Sunday. You can start with Harrison.
Honestly, Harrison, I think like I personally like an old money aesthetic. I feel like an old money aesthetic would look good for you.
What does that mean?
So, like if you go into Pinterest and you search up like old money like aesthetic, like you'll see it's a lot of like, I guess they call it like old generational wealth, I guess. Like so a lot of like suits, like tweed stuff. Like I feel like you don't have to like dress up in suits, but definitely like a nice blouse and some pants or like a button up and something like that. Like I definitely think that would be good.
There you go, Harrison. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to see you on Tuesday with your what you call it, old money aesthetic?
Old money aesthetic.
Old money aesthetic.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
As for you, I would definitely say the same. I feel like that's just what I like, but definitely like what you have on now would be it's good. Like if you could elevate it. If you could elevate it though, like to like I don't know, maybe something like different, incorporate different colors, like making sure like it's nice, like button up again, like nice stuff. Like I don't know.
We're having you back. We are having you back during the weekdays with DP and everybody else. Hey, Stephanie, Xavier, thank you for being here again. Support the Food Blitz next Saturday at any Super Saver or Russ's location. Yes. We'll see you next week on 93.7 The Ticket.